Pawn shop clientele reveal the state of the economy in America, and Bitcoin to hit 3.8 million. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on yahoo.com, put out by Deadline, and written by Bruce Herring, titled, "Hardcore pawn star Les Gold says his desperate customers increasingly focus on weekly, not monthly needs." The author of this article referenced Les Gold, who was the star of Hardcore Pawn on True TV between 2010 and 2015. His pawn shop is located in Detroit near 8 Mile. He said pawnbrokers are street-level economists who are indicators of which way the economy is going. He went on to say, right now, the pawn line is probably twice as long as the redemption line for people picking up merchandise. They need to put food on their table, gas in their tank, and a roof over their head. So we see a lot more customers coming in now for loans. Well, my friends, I am not surprised to hear about this. In my opinion, it's not just people in Detroit who are struggling financially. Many people across America are having a hard time paying for the high cost of groceries or the high cost of rent to have a roof over their head. Many individuals haven't seen their wages keep up with inflation. It is sad that people have to pawn some of their treasures in order to pay for necessities in their life. The author of this article went on to reference Les Gold as saying, "Our customers, our clientele, are pawning items to make it through the week. They're not worried about the next month." When I read this, something struck me. If people are not worried about next month, then they are probably not worried about decades down the road, which means they're likely not planning for retirement. If some of these people are employed but struggling to survive right now, what in the world is going to happen to them when they reach an age where they can no longer work and have nothing but a small amount of Social Security money coming in? When you have no more treasures to pawn, what do you do when you have a shortfall in your budget? Now, some of you might say this is one pawnbroker from an economically depressed area in Detroit, and this is not reality across America. Well, you'd be wrong, according to Les Gold. He said pawnbrokers nationwide report similar conditions regarding people coming in each day to pawn their items because they're in need of money just for necessities. In my opinion, necessities are hard to pay for in some cases because they are getting so expensive. Some American families just aren't earning enough money to keep up. There are the haves and the have-nots here in our country. People who own stocks or real estate have done quite well in recent years. Some of those who don't are often left behind. I read some of the comments beneath this article. One commenter said, "The grocery store takes every bit of extra income I have. Those prices are outrageous compared to only 5 years ago. Will they ever go down?" The next commenter said, "Wait, my president tells me how wonderfully the economy is doing and how many jobs are being created. How can this be true?" The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "If this story doesn't tear at your heart, then it is made of stone. Our government is blind to the needs of those that are struggling. No, they are more worried about how they can raise the cost for fuel, rent, food, and basic other needs while they go to fundraisers with very rich and only give mouth service about how they are helping the poor and needy, all the while living comfortably in their mansions. It is just not the very poor, but all of the senior citizens who, like myself, have worries about my children and grandchildren and the world that they are going to inherit after this crazy government gets through with all of their lame actions." I'm curious, what do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I have to wonder if Cathie Wood would tell people who are struggling financially to buy Bitcoin. The reason I wonder this is because I read an article today on Yahoo Finance written by Dominic Basulta titled, "This Crypto Could Soar 5,300% by 2030, according to Cathie Wood of ARK Invest. According to the author, at the recent Bitcoin Investor Day event in New York City, Wood boasted her 2030 Bitcoin price forecast to $3.8 million from an already lofty figure of $1.5 million. Given today's price in the neighborhood of $70,000, that would be an eye-popping gain of about 5,300% within just 6 years. In my opinion, that is a pretty lofty forecast. Sometimes I have to wonder if Cathie Wood just wants to be in the media as much as possible with her comments as a way to promote ARK Invest. According to the author, the primary factor pushing Bitcoin to previously unthinkable heights is stronger than expected institutional adoption of Bitcoin, especially after the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Let me ask you some questions. Doesn't the idea of a single Bitcoin being worth $3.8 million sound a bit nutty to you, especially since no one knows for sure who even created Bitcoin? Satoshi Nakamoto has never come forward. Some people don't even think that he exists. They believe that name is a pseudonym for the people who introduced the concept of Bitcoin in a 2008 white paper. Don't people feel a bit nervous about investing large amounts of money in something created by a mystery person? Don't people feel a bit nervous investing in something that isn't backed by anything? When you buy stock in a company, that stock includes a claim on the company's earnings and assets. Bitcoin is not backed by any assets. It simply has value because it supposedly has properties of sound money. Many Bitcoin enthusiasts talk about how it is better than the US dollar because the dollar is a fiat currency that will lose value due to money printing. Let me tell you one big difference between Bitcoin and the US dollar. The US dollar is backed by the US government, which has one of the mightiest militaries in the world. The US military is not going to come to the defense of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency if some foreign power threatens their values. Could the US military defend the dollar? Sure, it is a possibility. In my opinion, it is more of a possibility than the US military coming to the defense of Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency. I read that today there are over 13,000 cryptocurrencies in circulation. Doesn't that seem a little crazy to you? Maybe it's just me, but I really hate listening to people throwing around technical terms and talking about some new crypto project that they are working on. Did you know the Bitcoin white paper was published on October 31st, 2008 in a cryptography mailing list on a platform called MetsDAO? It was not published in a refereed professional journal with a review board of academics known for scientific rigor. It was published on a mailing list. I have to wonder if the paper would have even been accepted by a respected refereed professional journal. The peer reviewers may have rejected it. It's tough getting published in a lot of refereed professional journals, and most that I know of require you to use your real name and identify your affiliation with a university. At times, I feel like I'm living in some weird reality. It is baffling to me that Bitcoin has a market cap of around $1 trillion depending on the fluctuation in price. Maybe I need to create the Edward Ph.D. coin with my face on it, similar to Dogecoin, and then get Elon Musk to tweet about it. Before you know it, it will be worth more than some national currencies around the world. I hope you know I'm joking. I have absolutely no interest in being involved with anything related to cryptocurrencies. I don't even like the word currencies being used. The word currency is a noun that is defined as a system of money in general use in a particular country. The majority of these cryptocurrencies are not in general use in a particular country. People aren't using these 13,000 cryptocurrencies to pay for things at Walmart or McDonald's, or to cover the cost of their car wash, or to pay for their cell phone. The word currency really shouldn't even be used, in my opinion. There are a lot of people making a tremendous amount of money speculating in the cryptocurrency space, and I'm happy for them. I'm sure a lot of you watching this video are investing in cryptocurrency. Is it really investing though, or is it pure speculation? I'm glad people are doing well for now. Keep in mind, one of the most famous investors in the world, Warren Buffett, was quoted in 2018 as saying, "Bitcoin is probably rat poison squared." Who knows what the future holds for Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies? I'll stick with real silver and gold coins and bars. Physical silver and gold have had value for thousands of years versus Bitcoin, which has been around for approximately 16 years. If you are asking me to choose between thousands of years versus 16 years, I'll choose thousands of years. I also like the fact that pure gold does not rust and it won't tarnish, and it's what central banks around the world supposedly hold in their vaults. Sure, precious metals haven't had their day in the sun to the extent of Bitcoin yet. I'll stress the word yet. Maybe they never will. Only time will tell. I simply prefer physical assets that I can touch versus digits on a screen for something that is backed by nothing and created by a mystery person only 16 years ago. Wherever you live, ask yourself how many people in your neighborhood own cryptocurrencies and regularly check the values on their phone. Then ask yourself how many people in your neighborhood own physical gold and physical silver. I suspect the number of people who own physical gold and physical silver is far less. I bet few people in your entire neighborhood even own a single 1-ounce gold eagle coin or a mint tube with 20 silver eagles. People often speculate via methods that are easiest to them or hot and trendy. I've heard stories about young people flexing in the club by showing people their crypto wallets on their phones. You wouldn't dare walk into a club and pull out a tube of 20 1-ounce gold eagle coins unless you wanted to get jumped in the bathroom or parking lot. I really worry about what some people are doing, but hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.